Hello YouTube, my name is Jade and this is my first video on this channel. You see, because I've been posting my music. Well, I posted some old songs too, but this is my first real YouTube video. Actually, it's not, because when I was 9, I did some real crazy stuff on YouTube. And it was embarrassing. If you see my long arms and my big hands, it's because I am 5'10", 5'11", in there somewhere when I go get checked at the hospital. So, yeah, I'm just a tall girl. What I'm doing today is a story time on how I found out I am pregnant. How I found out I was pregnant at 19 years old. Don't clock it, that's not tea. It was an accident, y'all, but everything happens for a reason. It happened the way it happened, and I'm okay with the way it happened, and I am ready for my little bundle of joy. I think it's a boy. At first I thought it was a girl, but it's just a lot. My neck's so skinny, I look like I got an Adam's apple because I look like my daddy. Okay, so let me get into the story time. Should I do a video of how I met my baby daddy, or should me and my baby daddy do a video together of how we met each other? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do that. But I'm gonna start on how I found out I was pregnant, or how I got pregnant, and then how I found out I was pregnant. So me and my baby daddy, we didn't even know each other for that long. Like, it was not supposed to happen the way it did. It was a real random occurrence. So before I got pregnant, I was rooming with my friend. Me and my baby father, we were going through a rough patch trying to figure out if we was gonna take each other serious or not. Like, everybody was telling me he was playing with me. He was saying they was playing with him. Y'all know, like, it's like a weird situation because everybody know everybody related to everybody close to everybody be talking, everybody be, you know. I handle it with the person who I'm finna be with. We ended up, what do I call it? Okay, we was talking. We ended up being in a talking stage. We ended up being in a talking stage after he came over. And then the night that we had our last conversation about the situation, he spent the night. And he had only came over, what, 2 times before then, y'all. I was so happy when he came over. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it's because I was bored, lonely. So when my hair looked like that, it's getting on my nerves. Okay, that's better for my mental. So he spent the night. He slept in my bed. I don't know. I let him do that. I guess I was just morning heat. I don't know why I let him do that. But I told him, like we have to wait a month before we do anything. I tell every nigga this. Like, I tell every nigga this shit. And it only worked on one nigga. And, like, that was one of the longest relationships I ever been in. I'm real grateful that he listened to me, even added on a few extra months, because I didn't make a mistake like, you know, this. But I'm grateful for my mistake, and I'm learning from my mistake. Okay? I don't know if the other dude ain't really like me. You know what? That's what I'm gonna say. The other dude who listened to me, he didn't really like me like that. But, you know, he still did a good thing by listening. This nigga, on the other hand, did not. He heard me, but he wasn't listening. He been trying to this. Like, I don't know why. I don't know what. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I'm not even his type, his normal type. I'm cute and all, but I'm not even what he normally go for. So I don't know why he was trying to get my pencil. But I don't know if he was trying to prove a point. I don't know what it was. But I liked him, so it didn't matter at the moment. It didn't matter. We smoked and everything in my room, and it became nighttime, and like we was sleeping. I don't even, like, y'all, I don't know if it's pregnancy brain, but like I don't even remember the night on which this happened, the first or the second night. I think it was the first night, y'all. I think we on the first night we spent the night together. Even though that was not our first night spending the night together, that was our first night spending the night together. And I was living with my friend. When I was living with my mom, we had spent time together in weird ways before then. This is just the first night we slept in the same bed. The first night we slept in the same bed, we did it. The way it happened, y'all, it was an accident. He was doing it. He pulled ow. But like it got on me. And like I never been in ever. I was like, what was that? I felt myself. Is this me? This can't be me. And then we turned the flashlight on. He was like, stop rubbing it in. Stop. I didn't know. I didn't mean to. In the position that we was in, the way it got on me, I would have gotten pregnant anyway. Plus, I didn't know I was ovulating because my Flow app was messed up. But I messed my Flow app up because I didn't keep up with it from when I moved. And yeah, I didn't know my accurate days of ovulation. So we knew that it was possible I could get pregnant. Like, I think, yeah, we knew it was possible I could get pregnant. So the next day, he bought me a Plan B and I took it. I popped it as soon as he gave it to me, y'all. I swear to God, I was not pregnant. I swear to God, I got rid of that. It was not happening and I was going to be young and turned. I was wrong. I didn't think I was gonna be a mama. I didn't think I was gonna have Nunu kid. That's my baby daddy name, Nunu. And my little baby nickname is gonna be Noonie, N-U-N-I, Lil Noonie. Whether it's a boy or a girl, it's gonna be Noonie. So we took the Plan B. We thought it was all handled. It wasn't gonna be nothing. I told my friend what happened the next day in the bathroom. Mind you, this caused a lot of commotion. Like me telling her what happened the next day caused a lot of commotion between me, him, my friends, everything, everybody. Like I did not think it was gonna do that. If I did it, I wouldn't have said anything. But it is what it is. Everything happens for a reason. A few days go by and I'm still living with my friend. I'm still spending time with Nunu. And like it's times where I'm laying down and like my titties just feel hard. Like they feel harder than ever. Like, I would not let him do nothing to them. This was off limits because how weird they felt. Then like I pushed it to the side because like maybe it was my period or something because I was waiting for my period to come. I couldn't even count on flow still because the Plan B knocks your hormones like different areas. So a whole ordeal happens. Oh my God, y'all. I think this happened because I was pregnant. It started off with me being offended because of something that was said to me. I am a Capricorn, so, you know, I just feel like I should be able to handle my problems by myself, chill in my own head, come up with the right things to say, think, and do in my own head before I speak to anybody after I feel thrown off. That's just how I operate, and, you know, I can't help it because if I change, it's gonna be bad. Like, it ended up with me no longer staying with my friend. We was screaming at each other, yelling at each other. I was getting called B words. I was about to call my friends B words. It was just crazy and it happened. I ended up moving back with my mom. When I left my mom, we weren't homeless. But when I got back with my mom, she was homeless. So being homeless is not something I'm not used to. Like I was a little born homeless, Airbnb hop, hotel hop a few times in my lifetime. When I was a toddler, I was in a shelter. So, you know, I done lived a hard knock life and I done lived some good life, some bad life. But that can't happen with this. Moved back with my mom, still smoking weed. This is how I really found out that I was pregnant for real. My mom, she barely smoked. I don't know what she do now with her boyfriend, but I know me and her boyfriend really heavily smoke. You know, when I got weed, you need something, get some. When I had weed, because I don't have weed no more, baby. See these lips? Well, this lip is pink, not brown. My mom, sometimes she smoked. My mom's cool. Like, one time, I went with my mom to one of his parties, and she hit my weed pen, and she watched me eat a whole shroom. My mom know due to who my father is and who she had me with, she can't put drugs past me. She know that my blood is prone to drugs. But I never went farther than a shroom, weed, or alcohol, or liquor. But I was smoking with her boyfriend outside the hotel and I needed a chair that time, but it wasn't that bad. I was smoking before then. I didn't need a chair any other time. Go back inside, playing a game. I was sitting on the edge of the bed. I couldn't even like hang. It felt like every time I stood up, I was finna pass out. I started sweating, panting. I was finna pass out. I was hyperventilating, but I could not hang. So I go over there and lay the fuck down. I'm like, something's wrong. I can't smoke. I am the heaviest weight out there when it comes to smoking. I could smoke anything. Somebody give me that. somebody give me that. Like, what is really going on? Overly confused why I couldn't hang after smoking. Like, I've been smoking for some time now, and I've been smoking some shit for some time now. This time, I just, like, I'm finna die. The next day comes. After that, I, on my phone, and I search hyperventilating after smoking weed. Just talk to my son, pregnancy. What? Maybe I'll take a plan B. I'm not pregnant. You know, everything's chill, everything's cool. Sometime in the day, my nipples start itching. This is crazy. Ain't none of this shit ever happened to me before. Not for no period, not for no sickness, not for nothing. So then I remember one of my friends recently had a son. She said something about her nipples, something, okay? I'm like, okay, what the fuck? Let me just call her, even though we on bad terms. I called her and I asked her, when you found out you was pregnant, your nipples was itching? Yeah, they was hurting. I was like, oh, and you couldn't smoke, right? Yeah, I felt weird when I smoked. And I was like, oh, hell no, y'all. I'm pregnant. I still didn't know for a fact if I was pregnant or not. But right after I got off the phone with her, I got on the phone with my mama. I was like, Mom, can you please bring me 2 pregnancy tests? Can you please bring me pregnancy tests, please? I might be pregnant. She like, girl, what's wrong with you? I'm like, my nipples is itching and I can't smoke. I feel weird when I smoke. She was like, that don't mean you're pregnant. That don't mean you're pregnant. I feel like if it was anybody else, she would think they pregnant. But since it was me, she was in denial because why are you pregnant? Like, why are you pregnant? She brought me the pregnancy test. I went in the bathroom immediately. I didn't record this because I didn't know how far along I was. I was like pretty sure I was gonna be able to eliminate the pregnancy. Oh, I thought I was gonna be able to eliminate the pregnancy. I took the pregnancy test and like the first one, it was a small one like this. I didn't even have to wait 3 minutes. It went through 1 line, 2 lines. I started screaming. Oh my motherfucking gosh. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. I'm pregnant. My mom, I ran to my mom. I don't know why I just said when. I ran to my mom and I told her I was pregnant. She didn't know what to say, y'all. My mom was she's Capricorn too. She's so nonchalant. She didn't have nothing to say. She was like, I don't know what to say. Like, don't bring them to me. Like, I think she was like disassociating herself from the situation because like it's so random. Like, Jade, why are you pregnant? Let me see if I can go find that test. Okay, I'm back with one of my tests. The first test I took, I don't know where it's at. This is another test I took later because I was scared my baby died and I wanted to know my HGC levels was high. Is that what they call? I just wanted to see if my pregnancy levels were still high to where I was pregnant. Like, I had so many instances where I thought my baby was just floating in my stomach and not alive. Like, y'all, dreams is scary. This was the second test I took. Deep ass line. Baby, you was pregnant. I didn't record any of that because I was just like, this is not supposed to be happening. It was not in my brain to trademark what was happening to me. I ended up calling one of my friends that I had also just recently fell out with. I just told him I was pregnant because I had nobody else to tell. I could have told my baby daddy, but I thought I was gonna get rid of him. I haven't known Nunu as long as I knew my friends. Even though we had just went through whatever the fuck we went through. We was trying to figure out how pregnant I was. I was so sure I was gonna be able to eliminate the pregnancy. I was saying like, y'all, I'm not gonna keep this. Like, I'm not in the right place in my life to keep my baby. Like, whatever this is in my stomach, I cannot keep it. That's all I was saying, y'all. But I was working at Amazon at the time. An abortion cost $500. I needed to work, you know, get the money. Plus, I was on the 2-day schedule, like 2 days a week. I just picked up a bunch of shifts to where I would be able to make that much. And that was like $1,000 check that week. I wasn't the first person to tell my baby daddy. My friend's boyfriend went and texted him something about getting me pregnant. That's how he found out I was pregnant. You know, I can't be too mad at all because I didn't tell him first. Because I knew my baby daddy was at work. I knew my friends longer. Mind y'all, we had broken up because of the situation that happened between me and my friend. One of the girls is his brother's girlfriend. I was under the impression he's a peer pressure person because like it gave you broke up with me because something your brother was saying. They kind of threw me off. But he apologized. He was planning on apologizing, But I blocked him on everything. Right after he sent me that paragraph saying that he needed some time for me, I blocked him on everything. Even though I did say something mean about him to my friends, it wasn't that bad. It's something that can make someone feel bad, but I made it good in my own way, in my appreciation. You know, I'm just, you never know with me. I'm not ordinary at all. I'm very spin the wheel. That's me. Spin the wheel and you get what you get. Okay, I texted my baby daddy. I was like, can you please answer the phone? He was like, I'm gonna answer it. I'm at work. He called me and I was like, I got something to tell you. He was like, yeah, I know. And I was like, you know. And yeah, he already knew I was pregnant. We was talking about getting an abortion because before I found out I was pregnant, I had asked him a hypothetical question. I was like, if I was pregnant, you want to get an abortion, right? He was like, yeah, we're not in the right predicament to be having a child. And I agreed, and I was in the same headspace. But then here's what happened. I was going to work, and I told my work friends I was pregnant. I was spending hours and hours and hours knowing it was something in my stomach alive, living. Like, I couldn't just go get the abortion before I spent hours thinking about what was in my stomach. Like, I just couldn't. You know, at some point, I think like 3-4 days in, I sucked up. I was like starting to talk to whatever's in my stomach. Like, started talking to my baby. I started like looking at my stomach, feeling my stomach. I started seeing my stomach get big when I eat. The only bad thing I didn't like was like I couldn't eat. I could barely eat Chipotle. Like, I wanted Chipotle, but I couldn't eat it. Ugh. What is your favorite restaurant? It's like sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. Seafood, like, y'all, I'm from Florida. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. Seafood, bitch, I can't even eat that shit. That shit made me throw up. Like, it made me throw up. I was not very nauseous, but it just made my stomach hurt so bad. Like, I had to throw up. Like, I couldn't even smell that. I can't even smell seafood to this day. I only wanted to smell seafood one day out of my whole 17 going on 18 weeks of pregnancy. That's how far along I am right now. A little bit time passed and I needed to go see how far along I was, and I made this decision. If they can't detect the heartbeat, I'm getting the abortion, period. That means I would have been talking to nothing in my stomach this whole time. That's cool. I can get the abortion if there's not a heartbeat. If there's a heartbeat, boo, if it's something really living in my stomach, like, I can't let go of that. Like, I just can't. I went to Little Belly's. I went to Little Belly Spa and it was the best day of my life. This is the first time I see my baby, and I'm gonna put the pictures up here somewhere over there. Just like so happy. Like, it was just a big black sack and a little thing with a little baby, and it was a heartbeat, and I was 7 weeks pregnant. Mind you, me and my friend was trying to come up with how far along I was. I heard 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Baby, I was 7 weeks pregnant because my period was ending of October, beginning of November. When I took the Plan B, I was ovulating and I didn't know. I got my pictures and it just went from there. Like, I saw the baby heartbeat on the screen. It was like 160 beats per minute. I was like, oh my God, my baby. Gonna look like me, or is it gonna look like Nunu? I wasn't care about nobody, what nobody thought, what nobody think, just me and my baby. That's all I was thinking about. I was just happy. Only happy because I spent time with the belly and I realized, like, okay, it's something really in my stomach. Like, I really made this. And that's how I found out I was pregnant. Crazy. If y'all want more videos, keeping up with my pregnancy, keeping up with my baby, you wanna see my belly? This is my belly right now. See my little line on my belly? Mix it with that jelly. I'm gonna just put some pictures in there so y'all can see. If y'all want more videos keeping up with my pregnancy, my little noonie, I don't know the gender yet, gender reveal coming up. Let me know, like, subscribe, you can like, you can comment, you can follow me on Instagram, you know, TikTok, you don't care, you know. Yeah. Cool beans, boo.